Hi everyone. Today I'd like to talk about a passage from William Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice. In this passage, Portia expresses her love towards Bassanio. To begin with, she says, "I am locked in one of them." This line is in very desperate tone where she wants Bassanio to free her. In other words, she wants Bassanio to choose the right casket and marry with her. One other thing that I think was very interesting was when Portia makes a connection between swan and stream. Well, in this line, she says that she'll cry until her tear becomes a stream if Bassanio fails to choose the right casket. Well, this is obviously a hyperbole where we don't actually physically cry until stream, but this this hyperbole amplifies her expression, which is very effective. Uh, the next thing I want to point out is the repetition of word music, like music, 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 music. So these words are used in different situations. So in this section, when if Bassanio fails to choose, she talks about how music will be fading and kind of sad. However, if Bassanio succeeds to choose the right casket, she talked about how music is even as a flourish when two subjects bow to a new crown monarch. So there's always a contradicting mood between when Bassanio fails to choose the casket and succeeds to choose the casket. After that, she makes several comparison. First, she says that Bassanio will be like a new crown monarch. So there's obviously a positive connotation in that line. And furthermore, she says that such it is as are those darkest sounds in a break of day. So if Bassanio again chooses the right casket, there will be a docket, which means sound of sweet, like going on in break of day. So again, there's a positive connotation. So this repetition of positive connotation obviously shows that she will be very pleased to marry with Bassanio. And also, I like this line when she says, "When the delicate sound that creep into the dreaming bridegroom's ear." So dreaming again, there's a positive connotation, but the creep into dreaming bridegroom's ear kind of vividly expresses how sounds can be happy for her. And also, she makes several allusion to some specific figures. So in this case, it's Alcides, which is another name for Hercules. So we all know that Hercules is very famous hero in the Greek myth, and by comparing him to Bassanio, we can see how Portia actually admires Bassanio. Well, she says, "Then young Alcides, when he did redeem the virgin tribute paid by howling Troy to the sea monster, I stand for sacrifice." Well, in this line, "I stand for sacrifice," the word sacrifice kind of expresses her desperate tone, and then sacrifice is often used to when you when you when you give up yourself for a good cause. So obviously, this kind of implies that Portia will be very dying to marry with Bassanio. And at the last, when she said, "With much, much more dismay, I build a fight than thou that makest afraid." Well, the repetition of much, much more kind of emphasize her desire for Bassanio. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for listening.